Breaking aviation news.
This is your captain speaking.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
Today's story we're following is dealing with the drones of New Jersey and the concerns that everyone have with that. There's a lot of things people should understand about drones. Drones are electrical. They're usually small and lightweight, and even though they can be large, they would pose no threat to the airspace as long as they stay below 500 feet and follow the FAA rules, which these aircraft appear to be doing. There's a lot of speculation out there about there's a lot of drones that they're possibly aliens or UFOs, or that they're from Iran. And whoa. All these different type of reports that are out there. Just so everyone understands, the FAA has guidelines about drones flying in the United States. As long as they stay below a certain altitude and stay out of controlled airspace, they're fine, and they do not pose any threat. There's no reason for law enforcement or anyone to get involved. This is the issue that is being blown out of proportion because people don't understand the rules around drones and what people can and cannot do. These drones have not made any attempt to enter into any controlled airspace. They have not tried to interfere with any other air operations that are going on. So as long as they're not doing those type of things, there is not going to be a real concern for the government or for the law enforcement to get involved. There's reports of people asking why don't they shoot them down?
I beg your pardon?
Why don't they track them and things like this? Just to give you an understanding of basic radar, radar is not going to detect something that doesn't have a heat signature or that is not giving off a signal, which aircraft do, that have transponders. Obviously, these drones do not have transponders, so they're not sending out a signal for a radar to pick them up, and they do not have a heat signature also that would be picked up, and they're below a certain altitude that radar would be able to detect them. So with them being low to the ground, there's going to be something called ground clutter for radar. Radar is not going to see something like that, not going to be able to track it. The other key thing about drones are basically aircraft with a battery and propellers, and they're not posing any threat. So there's really nothing for law enforcement to do at this time. So it really shouldn't be a concern for the average citizens, other than aviation enthusiasts that want to get out there, observe the drones that are flying around, and just enjoy the sighting. It's really simple for anyone. You can go out and buy a drone. You can fly it. You get some of the bigger ones, you need to follow the guidelines and register it with the FAA. If you follow those rules, register your aircraft with the FAA, stay out of controlled airspace, do a small, simple course for getting a drone license, you can do that. And as long as you don't break any laws or interfere in any airspace, you will be okay for flying your drone anytime that you like. Pursuing on to our weather reporting for this week. Weather out of Miami is 100 at 13 knots, 10 statute miles visibility. Sky is broken at 2,000, broken at 5,000. Altimeter is 30.10. We are marginal VFR in Miami, with weather reporting out of Atlanta. Winds are 310 at 9 knots, 10 statute mile visibility. Clouds are 2,000, a few at 2,900, broken at 3,500. Altimeter is 3016. Field is VFR. With our reporting coming out of Phoenix, winds are calm. Visibility is 10 statute miles, broken at 25,000 feet. Altimeter is 3009. and the field is VFR. Our reporting out of Manila, sky is, the winds are calm, 10 statute mile visibility, broken at 25,000 feet. Altimeter is 290.83. Field is VFR. And on our second story for today, we are discussing Christmas travel. We all get out and we travel. This is big travel time for the holidays. People are traveling together as families, and just want you to be aware. You need to get to the airport pretty early. Normally, when I travel commercially, I normally get to the airport about an hour and a half to 2 hours prior. If you go into the really large airports, I strongly advise you get there at minimum 2.5 hours prior to your departing flight. Security lines are going to be much longer. You're going to have to remember to make sure that you pack your items with your liquids, 3.5 ounces, no more than 3.5 ounces in liquids. And if you have those, you need to put them in a separate small Ziploc bag. Have those ready to easily take out, put on the tray for scanning. Some of the airports have the newer X-ray systems where you don't have to take anything out. Those are great airports that have those, but a lot of the airports don't have those yet. So if you're going, make sure you just have everything ready, easily accessible for you to take out, immediately get it into the security scanning tray. Move your belts and all that stuff. You can do all that stuff while you're waiting in line. You can kind of use your time wisely, so as soon as you get your tray and available, you can speed on through, get x-rayed, and move quickly through the security lines. I expect the security lines will be quite long this year, so as I said, make sure you get to the airport at least 2.5 hours prior, and that way you don't have to deal with that. And then if you're traveling with small children, it is a great idea. If you have small kids like babies that you don't want to have them crying and making a lot of fuss while you are on the flight, and be courteous to your fellow traveling passengers. Good thing I used to do with my small children when they were smaller, I would keep them awake at least 6 hours prior to the flight.
Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
And when I say 6 hours, I mean 6 hours before the flight is actually in the air. I would make sure to keep them awake, not allow them to sleep, let them be cranky in the lines and all that stuff. That's fine. You don't want them to be cranky and obnoxious during the flight. So I advise that you don't allow them to sleep at least 6 hours prior, and keep them awake so that when you're on the flight, they go, as soon as you get in your seats and get comfortable, they fall right asleep, and everybody is a happy traveler that your child is sleeping and not making noise during the flight. I recommend breastfeeding.
You got me.
That's the best thing to keep them calm on a flight. And that's great. The other thing is not to have too many extra items that you're carrying on board the flight and things like that. You want to make sure that you carry a minimal amount of carry-on luggage so that you can get to your seat, get settled in, and be easy. Now, the other thing is the FAA came out with a new directive on wheelchairs for passengers traveling with wheelchairs. There's a new directive from DOT that the airlines must treat you with dignity.
It's pretty cool. Pretty damn cool. Woo!
With travel, so they will be taking extra care with our travelers that have wheelchairs. You can rest easy that your wheelchairs and things like that will not get damaged. Now the FAA formally put out rules and directives about that, so that's really great news for our disabled passengers that are traveling with their wheelchairs. So as always, I want you guys to travel safe and be cognizant of all the situations around you. Some people will take opportunities to try to steal things, or so be aware of your surroundings and your things. Don't leave your luggage unattended, and don't take luggage from strangers that someone might ask you to carry or anything like that, because you never know what they may have or anything in there. And remember, if you're also if you're traveling internationally and you're traveling with currency or anything like that, if it's more than $10,000, you need to fill out the FinCEN report prior to boarding your flight. If you're not familiar with that, just go to your customs office in the airport prior to, say you check in, then go to the customs office prior to going through security, because they're usually on the outside of security. So you fill out that form. Take you all of 10 minutes. Will save you a tremendous headache of them catching you trying to travel without reporting that you're traveling with cash in excess of $10,000. There's nothing wrong with it. Just fill out the paper, make the report. It's perfectly okay. It's not a hassle. It's a breeze. It's only a problem if you don't declare. That's when you run into trouble. And you need to do that both on exit and entry into the country. And this week, for our aircraft of the week is a Bell 206B3, aircraft registration number November 206 Golf Lima. Has a total of 15,149 hours. Asking price on that is $575,000. It's being sold by TheHelicopter. You can reach them at 886-8220.
I like this one.